Hello, today is the 8th of March 2026, and the time now is 11:12 at night. And so, what I want to talk about is something that happened, I guess, 4 years. But we've been here 4 years, just before we moved here. So that's been 4 years, going on five. And I was sitting in the living room and I was thinking about my dishes. My right now my mind is on decorating. I love to decorate, and I'm just trying to figure out what colors I want to go with, and things that I already have, and I thought about my dishes that's in this curio, and when we was moving, I was packing up everything. I couldn't open the curio, and I mean I tried and tried and tried, and that curio would not open. So when the guys came to get the stuff and put it in the moving truck, I was telling them that I can't open up the curio because they move, things with the dishes still in the curio. So the guy said, "You want me to open it?" And he just did like that there and opened it. And I just couldn't, because I pulled and pulled and pulled. Now these dishes been since we've been here, those dishes, same dishes, been in that curio for 4 years. So I like to take when I have stuff in the cabinet stuff, I like to take them out and wash everything. Cannot open it. I've been trying to open that curio for I don't know how long. It will not open. I've been pulled and pulled until the dishes, the plates started coming up to the front, and now they're hanging between the shelf and the door. But I can't open it. And so he and I was in the kitchen, and he was looking out the kitchen window. He said, "Oh, y'all got a little dog." So I looked out the window. I said, "He not there." So he tried to play it off. And so I ain't got my glasses on. There was a piece of wood out there, but he saw the dog. I'm telling you, these people is not who they pretend to be. And that's why I want to make this video because I'm seeing people getting mad. People get mad if you support Trump. People get mad if you say anything about Obama. And none of these people is not who they say they are. We dealing with non-humans. None of these people are who they say they are. And we live in a pure lie. Everything about our history ain't nothing what it seemed to be. There is so many people that is into to the something, and they just not who they. That's why I don't like nobody coming in here, because every single person, even at every house that we have had since we been here, and this is the third house. Every single person that come to fix something, they something ain't right with them people. That's why I don't, if something tear up, let it stay tore up. Because these people ain't right. And they have powers, perverted powers at that. When we moved to the second house, and the cable man would not look at me. And he just kept his eyes down. The whole time he was in there. And so it made me no difference. I went back there in my bedroom. So he come back there to tell me that, tell me something. I can't remember what he came back there for, but he didn't come in my room. He just stand at the door. So I went up front where he was, and I was standing beside him. That man did something to my private area with his mind. And I try to pretend that I didn't feel what he just did. I'm telling you, these people not who they say they are. This was a black guy too. The first cable man came was white, and he went up under the house, and then he came back out, and he was asking me what my name is. But like I told him, you don't need to know my name. This ain't my house. This my sister's house. You need to just worry about who she is. And so he wouldn't hook up the cable because I wouldn't tell him my name. You don't need to know my name. This is not my house. And so I had to call the cable people so they could send somebody else back out. So this time it was the black guy that came out. And like I said, was it the first? No, there was two black guys that came at two different times. I can't remember why there was two black guys that came. I can't remember, but I knew one of them, the one that wouldn't look at me, when I stood beside him to sign my name, he kind of bent some kind of way and grunted, and I felt my. You ever cook bologna and it turned and it flipped upside down? Well, that's how my vagina felt like it did. Cause he did something. These people got powers, and they can do things with their mind. The police is too, because I've had to call the police. See, the three times at the first house. I didn't call him at the second house, but I had to call him at my three times at my house, and here too. And each time, but not each time. At my house, I could tell they was something. They didn't attack me, but they were using their third eye. Cause they wouldn't. They would. I could tell when somebody is using their third eye on me. And they so many people getting involved in this, and you ain't using your brain. You're not using your good senses because this was the secret society. Only they knew how to do this. Now, any and everybody is learning how to do it because they need you. And plus, Satan wants you to go to hell. This is what he wants because now you're doing the same thing. You're doing things that God said don't do. Don't eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. That's the same. When you open up your third eye and going into the spiritual realm, and God is not, the Holy Spirit not taking you, the Bible says you're nothing but a thief and a robber because this is something you yourself is doing. God didn't give you that gift. And if you call yourself a child of God, you shouldn't be opening up your third eye. If that's a gift that you want, you ask God to give it to you. If he give it to you, then you okay because he gave it to you. Everybody's not God's seer. Everybody's not God's prophet. And that's what he give you that the sight to see, to use you as his mouthpiece. But if he don't give it to you, then you don't go get it yourself. And a lot of people are doing it. A lot of people. And then you sitting up gossiping, spying because you seeing what Satan wants you to see. You're not seeing what God wants you to see. And that ought to tell you something. But you sit up and laugh and talk about people because now you see what, because you don't open yourself up to kundalini spirits, and those are serpents, and they are real. I've seen people with that kundalini spirit, and if they possess you, and you get in a place where the spirit of God is high, you gonna go cross that floor like a snake. I done seen it happen, and the man stood up like a cobra, going back and forth just like that. There. I've seen it. The spirits, these demons are real. You don't just open yourself up to these demons because they can possess you if the Holy Spirit ain't in your spirit. But they still can get in your body and they can still cause you problems. But I just want to let people know we're not dealing with just humans now. And then you got a lot of I really wonder, are these gang stalkers human? Because they don't have no care. They don't have no conscience about what they do. No conscience that they killing people. Gang stalking is not just a group of people stalking you. They're actually murdering you. And they're gonna, as long as they call it a slow kill, if it take you 40 or 50 years to die, they're gonna torture you 40 or 50 years. They're not gonna stop until you die, unless you can get a judge to get you. And it's hard to get a judge to do this because they're part of it too. This is depopulation. This is what they're doing, depopulating the earth. And a lot of these people that's in our government, that's in our face, these people that we looking up to. Well, I ain't looking up to none of them, but those politicians that, like the Clintons and the Bidens and the Obamas, people all the way back, all the way back. These things been here a long, long, long time, long time. And them families, that's why they so rich. Nobody, you don't never see them. You don't even know where they live at. They've been here a long, 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 long time. And the queen and them royal people, they are not like they shapeshifters. These people are shapes and they can look just like us, but they act different. They real busy. Like that dude over there across that street. I don't think he real no more. I don't think he human no more. Because they can they cloning and shapeshifting to make them look just like the person, but they don't be the same. I don't think he I really don't think that black woman when they cross that street is human. And y'all could think I'm crazy if you want to. It's all this stuff is coming out. It's coming out. A lot of stuff was on that Epstein file. I haven't really looked at it. I'm going by what other people said that they looked at. They think that they getting off the Epstein file, and they killing people and replacing them. I used to see Hillary Clinton when she was malfunction. Britney Spears, that little Beaver boy. A lot of these people be malfunctioning. They want you to think they're crazy. No, they be malfunctioning because they don't switch them out. I can't say they killing them, but they somewhere. Especially if somebody is a whistleblower. If they's a whistleblower and they trying to tell what these people are doing, they gonna die or they gonna be switched out. Like Michael Jackson was trying to tell you stuff. Prince was trying to tell you stuff. A lot of them be trying to tell you stuff, but people ain't catching on to what they trying to tell you. And that's why they turned the table on Michael, because Michael was trying to tell you about them, and then they trying to say he was raping children. And what makes it so bad? People believe. I ain't never believed that he raped children, but there's so many people they want to hear the worst about you, just like how they doing us. All they got to do is put out a lie, and people will believe it. These people can whatever they say about you, they can actually put it in your brain and make you think it. So when you got these people that can read your thoughts and see things, that's what they're gonna see because you thought it. It's in your brain. They don't put it in there. And if you got compassion, uh, uh, compassion or feeling guilty about something, they can take it out. They tell you what they can do. That's why I be putting a lot. That's why my daughter told me I have too many videos on my Facebook channel, but I'm putting stuff that let you know what's going on. I already know what's going on because I'm living it. These people been attacking me for years, and it's getting worse. I mean, it's really getting worse. Where I'm just my stomach look like I'm pregnant, and people keep talking about uh parasite. No, these not parasite that got me bloated up. This is something that some kind of I don't know what it is. All I know is coming up through the floor, through my chair. Right now, my leg is burning. I was in the living room. They was burning the crap out of me. Now I'm in here. They burning the crap out of me, and it's coming up through the floor because they putting out the utility company is putting out stuff on the ground, and then you got private contractors. I don't know what this stuff is. All I know it burns. It's really hot. I could be standing like especially they used to really get me when I go in there to give my sister a bath. It'd be like a gusher of steam will go up in my feet. I get little balls in my feet, and sometimes I will get just one little teeny strand of hair. But it be in my foot will hurt me so bad I can't hardly walk. Just one little tiny strand of hair that I have to get my daughter to dig it out, and she have to dig it out. That's how far it be up in my foot. And I think it's some type of witchcraft. How in the heck a piece of hair so small that you can't hardly see it, but it caused me so much pain. They have all kind of stuff flying around out there, and that dude over there across the street got something pulsating right over him. And you can't tell the police on them because the police part of it too. That's why every time I call them, I stop calling them. But one of my grandsons would cut the food, so I had to call them on him, but they ain't do nothing. Not nothing. You hate to call the police on your own family, but sometimes to keep them from let them know you ain't getting ready to take their crap. And I had to let him know because he was very disrespectful. And see, you want to help your family, but sometimes you can't because they don't know how to act. I got to think about myself. I'm 67 years old. I can't be taking on foolishness, especially when you know better. But anyway, I cannot get this curio door open. Back to my dishes, and I got my dishes in there. I want to wash them up, and I got glasses in there too. And I was thinking about maybe I could break up, but I don't want to do that though. I don't want to break the glass out, but I want to be able to get my dishes out of there. Them some old china dishes. When I lived in Roland, I brought them dishes. Um, back in the 80s, and I can't even get the door open, and I can't understand how he didn't even pull it hard. He just did like just put his hand up like that and just pull in the thing. I said, how the heck he do that? I had been pulling and pulling, and I mean jerking and jerking, pulling it, and it still won't come open. I still can't get it open, and I don't understand what's going on with that. And I said, what I should have did, and something it's like something was telling me to put like a piece of paper in the little hole where the other thing go in, and I did, and I just closed it, and now I can't open it. I really want to get them out of there and wash them because they ain't been washed in 4 years. I like to take care. I don't have a whole lot, but what I have, I really do try to take care of it. Cause I like pretty things. I like nice things. I just what I do have, I try to take care of it. I like pretty things, but I can't afford the you know nothing real expensive. Sometimes I splurge a little bit if I can get like Klarna or somewhere like that. If they'll let me pay for it through Klarna or some other company that where you can make payments, then I try to get something worth something. Cause like those my lamps back there. Now I love those lamps. Those I just fell in love with them, and they real nice lamps, expensive lamps too. That's why I try to take care of 'em. I love lamps. I love odd lamps and stuff like nice things. But sometimes, if it's too much, I might put maybe two. I don't think I go over 250. Cause I be seeing stuff like $500. I just haven't lose interest. I can't go that far. Cause like I say, I'm short and my money is shorter than I am. So, but I do like nice things. I got some antique chairs. I want to get them upholstered, and so I was saving money, and things happen. So now I just want to. I brought some chair covers, so they look nice with the chair covers. But I like to change with the season. So I brought the chairs they sell for burgundy, and so I really wanted yellow. Cause I'm tired of dark. I always have dark colored chairs, and so I wanted to go with yellow because I was planning to live by myself. But now one of my granddaughters is with me. Cause I'm at my sister. This is my sister house right here, and at her house, this is my room. But I got my own apartment, so I said, well, I'm not gonna get yellow cause she got a child, and so I went with gray. But I want to get maybe some yellow pillars, cause I had brought some yellow dishes, um, cause I just wanted something bright. I don't have favorite colors. That's why I can just pick colors. But once I get it in my head, the color I want to go with, that's what I do. And see, I got yellow here, so I probably won't change this here because I had this um last spring and summer, and so I had brought in the wintertime. I like to go with fur. I like to get well, it ain't real fur, that falk fur. So I did go with like this kind of rust color, and so I was buying things, and I said I was gonna put it in here. But then I thought about it. I said, Shine, I need to fix up my own house. So I took everything over there because I was buying, collecting different things because I was hoping to move out this county because I really hate living. I mean, I hate living here with a passion. I really hate it here. But I moved up here because this is where my sister was living before I got her, and so we had to get her because she was cooking and forgot she was cooking and just smoked up her apartment. And so, well, because we had went to the courthouse and filed a paper to take her to court because people were taking advantage of her. And so when we went to court, um, my sister was her guardian, but she didn't want to keep her. So she was gonna put her in a home, but my sister said she didn't want to go in no home. I said, well, I'll keep her. So I've been keeping her now 10 years, going on 11. This September make 11 years that I've had her. And dog, how I get on here? I don't forget how I got on here. What was I going to? Oh, how I got up here. So we were living in Lumberton, and I had a two bedroom apartment. So my granddaughter and my daughter were living with me because my daughter lost her apartment. So she came to stay with me. And so when I got my sister, she gave my sister her room, and that was too crowded. And so what I did, I got her a house. I really like that house too. And these people just mess with you so bad. But I wish I'd have stayed where I was, because every time we moved, the tights get worse. So I got her the 3 bedroom house, so all of us to have room to live there. And my place is a 2 bedroom. And her doctor was up. That's why I wanted to come back up here. But first we did try to get a place down there, but they did act like they didn't want to rent to her, even though she had money, but her monthly money wasn't that much. But she had a lot of money in the bank, but they didn't care about that. And so I we came back up here, and uh, the apartment that I got, the apartment, I called the landlord, and she let me move in, let me get it. And then I called a few landlords for a 3 bedroom house, and a real estate agency rather. And so I finally got this one woman, and she let us get the house that we got. And I mean I really liked that house because they had a screening porch, back porch, and I wanted that so that we could let her sit outside, in the summertime, instead of just being in the house all the time. And it had a nice living room. It was a large living room, you know. But this guy kept cutting symbols in the cement, and I didn't know what was going on. I mean, everywhere there was cement, from the garage door all the way back out to the road. Then from the garage, the driveway to the walkway that went to the front door. Then he jumped the fence and put symbols at the back door. These people up here is pure evil. They people down there too, but I just didn't know about what was going on. But they bad down there too. Not like the people in Robertson County ain't nothing compared to these people up here. Lord knows. I really hate living here. And I've never lived nowhere where I just had such a hatred to live there. I've never experienced. I done lived in Maryland, Maryland, D.C., and Virginia, and I ain't ran into nobody like you people here. But anyway, I done got off of what I called for. I called to talk about that curio so I can get my dishes out of there, but I can't get them out. But I do have some other dishes. Like I said, I brought those china. The the plates, the yellow plates are not really china, but they really nice dishes. They still in the box because I'm scared to put them in the cabinets because my landlord, they don't try to fix nothing. Look like the shelf look like they gonna bend. They just I don't I ain't put nothing in there. I have thought about trying to get somebody to build me some shelves and see if they don't cost too much, because I like to be able to put my dishes, and when I go grocery shopping, like to have somewhere to put my grocery if I being afraid of it falling down. But I moved there because I was on the timeline. I had to find something, and it's not easy when you don't have a lot of money. If people don't want to help you, people so greedy now, and they act like everybody that's poor is dirty. I'm a clean person, and I'm gonna take care of your stuff. But people just so greedy now. I mean, they just so greedy, and they don't wanted more money since I've been there. They wanted to up the rent, but they ain't did nothing. They ain't done nothing to that apartment. Not nothing. They ain't painted. I done had the apartment 10 years. And my sister had it. Like I said, she smoked up the house because she forgot she was cooking. So the way she moved out is how I moved in. It didn't have no heat. I had to sleep in a cold dang on with my toboggan and a coat on. And so they finally got a some they want a furnace. It's a whatever they call them things, but it don't. I don't like it the way it heat up and stuff. But it's someplace I reckon. I guess it's someplace to live. But I had offered to paint it. He talking about the wall just need washing. But that's what y'all should have did before I moved in there. If that's all it needed was washing, you should have had somebody to wash them. I be having ideas to do things, but I just haven't. Because they have like wallpaper for rentals where you can peel it back off, but I don't know. They think that I wanted. I be these walls in here. They not too bad. They ain't smoked up or nothing. But this is they something. They got stuff coming up for under the ground that actually burns my feet, and I'm quite sure they paying this man. Since I've been, this how I was looking when I moved. My face was like, you see how brown my face is now, and this is every single night. They've been doing this to me for 8 years because they were doing it at the second house. But when we moved here, it got like I said, every time we move, it get the attacks get worse. And this the sheriff department pushing this. This is the sheriff department. They so corrupted to it, it's just so bad. But that's okay. They think they getting away with this crap. What they doing? They're gonna see God at work. They're gonna see God at work. And when Christ come back for his bride, it's not gonna be humans that he's fighting. It's not gonna be humans. It might be robots. Robots and aliens. Because that's what they building. They building an army of robots. And they are aliens here because I done seen flying saucers. And they doing things to people right inside their home. There's some kind of blue light that I keep telling people they doing something to us. And people act like they not even concerned. I don't understand people. I really don't understand it. I'm like just like they don't. It's okay. Just over. They go right over their head, but they're gonna find out because the Bible say that men gonna die. Their heart gonna fail for the things coming on this earth, and that's why if you know that something is coming, prepare your heart so that you won't have no heart attack. Start God, and I be wondering these people really hearing from God. Are they really hearing from God? Because they saying that God is using Trump, but I don't believe that's the real Trump. I think that's a clone. They said you saying that God said to pray for him, I really don't think that's Trump. And if that's a clone, I don't think God is gonna tell you to. I don't know. But the presidents, they're not doing what they want to do. They doing what the elite, the 1%ers, is telling them to do. So that's who's running this country, this world, the earth. Them one percenters, them reptilians. That's why they so rich, cause they been here for God knows how long. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of here because I'm talking about things that I didn't come on here to talk about. I just wanted to talk about. Don't be mad with people. If somebody talk about Trump, or if somebody talk about Obama, if somebody talk about that other woman, that Harris woman, there ain't no need of you being mad about any of it, cause they ain't none of them who they say they are. None of them. The Republicans, not the Democrats. It ain't neither one of them hitting on nothing, cause they all of them is just fake actors. That's about it. Ain't none of this stuff is real. Nothing. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna get off of here.